Hi, welcome to the Gear Garage. This is my adorable little show about whitewater stuff. And today I want to talk about what I carry in my PFD for safety kit. There's a lot of ways to go with this. You can carry the whole kitchen sink with you. You can have 3 pulleys, 4 carabiners, prussics. You could have a first aid kit. You could have an EpiPen. You could have a fancy, like, I don't know, throw bag in there. You can have tons of stuff. You can be like Inspector Gadget, which is gadgets everywhere to solve every problem. Or you can choose to have pretty much nothing. You can choose to just like go lean and mean and say, hey, with my brain I can figure things out. And so there's 2 different ways a lot of people go. Again, like the whole kitchen sink, the Inspector Gadget route, or just the like, I'll figure it out with my intelligence. And I'm kind of in between. I feel like we should carry a few things, and then if we add that up with stuff our friends have, we have a complete set to do all kinds of safety stuff. So first of all, the basic stuff is have a whistle. You'll need a whistle to communicate in emergency, so that's pretty important. And also carry a knife with you. I carry an internal foldable knife in my PFD. That's just my choice. Anytime you might be working with round ropes, you should carry a knife. And so I would say this is pretty much all boaters, except of course commercial passengers. So like guides, private boaters, should probably carry a knife because you're around ropes and water, so it's important. Next, I really think it's important that everybody on them has a Flipline or an anchor. So I use this really fancy thing. It's made by Blue Water. It's some high-tech webbing. It's small and thin, but really strong. And I can use it as an anchor, like tie an anchor around a tree. I can do a 2-point anchor on a boat. But I've used this mostly as a flip line. If my raft flips, I just clip the carabiner on a D-ring, flip it back over. So this is a really versatile thing that has a lot of uses. If I'm the one that gets stuck on a raft or on a rock, if my raft gets stuck on a rock, I need to be able to do a 2-point anchor. I have that as my person so that I can do that. So it's very versatile. I think this is a really huge important thing. Next is hardware. And so if you're trained in swiftwater rescue and you want to carry hardware with you, cool. Like it's good to have this stuff with you. What I'm going to suggest is that everybody carries 1 pulley, 1 prussic, and 1 carabiner. And these things typically use together. So anytime you need a pulley, you almost always need a prussic and a carabiner. So I like to put these things together so I can hand them to somebody or use them immediately. If I'm gonna store a bunch of stuff, I'm not gonna put pulley over here, carabiner up here, and prussic down here. I'm gonna store these all together because I'm gonna use them together. And you know, the reason I like to have 1 of each of these things is that as an individual, I can do certain things. If I'm stuck on a rock with my raft again, I can do an anchor with my flip line, and then I can do a pulley on a carabiner if there's a rope that goes to me and back that's a 2-to-1. So it's a really easy mechanical advantage if I'm the one stuck on the raft and this is what I need to have, right? Or if I'm gonna do a 3-to-1, right, I can get to the scene, pull from different angles, of course. I'm not gonna talk about wrap theory, but if I want to begin setting up a 3-to-1, I can do the progress capture part. I can tie an anchor to a tree. I can get this pulley going with a prussic and at least have progress capture set up so when the next person comes, they can put the pulley on the rope and do the 3-to-1. So it's really nice to have this to do that. If you want to have a tight line across the river, you can use this for progress capture for a tight line. There's a lot of things 1 person can use this for. If everybody carries this and we need to set up a Z-rig, well, 2 people have to show up to set up the Z-rig because they have enough gear to do that, and a 3rd person can be there with a 3rd pulley to do a change of direction, right? And you typically wouldn't attempt a Z-rig without at least a crew of 3 people there, so that's probably a smart thing. Or if everybody has this and you just set up ropes on both sides of the river for a foot entrapment or something, right? Both teams on both sides have this stuff with them. So I don't know, I just think this is a good thing to have. You don't have the entire kit, but you have enough to get things started until somebody else with more stuff comes. And again, I think this is, if everybody had this with them, you know, we could get a lot of safety done. So I would say guides would carry this, but and private boaters that have training. And this is the small stuff. I really like this stuff. This is a small prussic that Sterling makes. I really like a pre-sewn one. This is the Rock Exotica mini machine pulley. This is going to work pretty well with like throw bags, small static lines. But as soon as you're going to use big static lines, the big firepower, I'm going to keep that stuff with bigger pulleys in a separate safety kit. So if we're on a multi-day trip, I would say that like there's a big safety kit that has the firepower, the big heavy duty stuff, and that everybody has this stuff for the quick deployment. Just, hey, we need a quick 2-to-1, we need a quick tightened up line. We just need things done pretty fast, and it comes apart really fast too. So that's my suggestion. Again, just to go over like the safety stuff I recommend carrying. I think everybody should have a whistle and a knife, right? Probably a flip line and a carabiner. And then if you want to be a part of a team doing safety stuff, having one Prusik carabiner and a pulley. If you want to carry more than that, cool. That's your choice. I really think as you start carrying more and more of this stuff, it adds weight to your PFD, it adds weight to your person, so when you swim, you're in more harm. And I think that the benefit of much more stuff beyond this doesn't outweigh the extra weight it puts on your body. So that's a personal choice I've made. Maybe you're like, no, cool, I can handle having 2 pulleys in my PFD and I can still swim to shore. Awesome, do that. This is just what I'm doing and what I'm suggesting. And again, if we all as boaters, if we all did this, if we all carried this on our person, we could show up as 2 or 3 people to a scene and handle most swiftwater rescue functions with the combined gear of everybody together. So hopefully that makes sense. As always, add questions, comments, all that stuff. If you have questions about the gear that I really like this Rock Exotica pulley, these magnetic black diamond carabiners, but I also, this is a really cool Petzl Mini, a pulley that's a little less expensive. There's a bunch of stuff that I do like, and I'll put an Amazon link down in the show notes. If you buy that stuff, I get like a few cents, maybe in some cases a couple bucks. So if you want to buy these things from that link, that'd be super appreciated. And yeah, that's it for this episode. See you next time.